So we're back with Jack, and we're going to talk about the second question that we received. One of your clients, or potential clients, has asked, I'm dealing with a business partner who drives me crazy. The relationship is just plain abusive. What do I do, and how can you help me?
Multiple steps to that question. But it sounds to me like the active word in there is abuse. Abuse is taking place as you and I are sitting here right now, in offices all around us, in workplaces all around us. It's commonplace. In some cases it's almost rampant. It's too bad, but it is. And I'm talking about, I'm talking about verbal abuse. I'm talking about behavioral abuse. I'm not talking about beating people up. That falls into a different category. But that doesn't make this kind of, the abuse I think this person's talking about, it doesn't make it any less painful. In fact, it's destructive. This costs organizations millions of dollars in productivity loss, in morale, retention of top talent, transition expenses, complaints. I mean, flat out liability sometimes. You wouldn't believe what really goes on. And executive coaching, trusted advisory consulting is very effective typically in this type of an involvement. Where we most often begin though, is in working with the individual and understanding that, we talked about this with a previous question, most executives, most business owners, most professionals are desensitized and trained to not talk about this type of thing because it makes them feel weak and scared. It's like, if I share this, again, it's the beauty of the trusted advisory relationship. The door's closed, the tape recorders are off. We're operating under confidentiality here. What is it? Let's talk about this. The key is understanding that this is about relationship management. And in relationship management, we own 50% of the relationship. The other person owns the other 50%. The complaint is very often expressed to me, to Pat and I, in terms of, if only Kathy would change her behavior in the office, if only she would stop screaming, if only she would stop throwing stuff, I don't hear it all, then we'd all be happy. Then the team, the company would operate much more effectively. That's almost an impossible hill to climb, because our ability is not to change the other person's behavior. Our ability is to help equip our client executive, our client business owner, our client professional with what she or he can do to change their behavior, which invites the abuser to change his or her behavior.
Well, what's one thing that he or she can do, to modify their circumstance today before they come in to see you?
Ask the question, what can I do different and what can I do different immediately? For instance, to your question, if you're dealing with a screamer, we see a lot of that. The immediate reaction a lot of us have is to scream back. Some people just run and hide. But if we're talking about more senior professionals here or executives, it might just be to yell back, no, I'm right, you're wrong, or whatever it might be. What if you did something totally different in that instance? Scary as it may seem, because now here you are with the bully, the screamer, the agitator. What if you lowered your tone? Bob, I can see that you're very agitated right now. We're affirming what the person's throwing at us. Instead of saying, stop doing that to me, which you can do. But up front, you say, Bob, I can see you're very agitated over this. I'd like to discuss this with you in a calm, collected manner, and it doesn't seem like right now is a good time for you. I'm around at 3 this afternoon. Can we pick this back up then? You've changed the dynamic of the discussion, and you invited that person to change what they're doing. It's a good first step.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yep.